Welcome everybody to an outdoor still life painting. This is going to be a lot of fun. You can follow along if you want. We're going to start off by taking a mason jar and filling it with water because we're going to be picking some flowers to put in it for a bouquet. And I know that I did this painting in the spring. You can see I'm picking daffodils and tulips for my bouquet, but summertime is a great time to do this as well. The concept is the same: get some flowers and go outside and paint a bouquet. So this is a beginner friendly video. I did the painting and for some reason I got busy with other projects and I never edited up this video until now. But looking back on it, I really like this painting as a beginner painting. I think it worked out well for somebody who's maybe new to painting, doesn't quite know how to begin. This is a fun project to just get your feet wet. So you can see what I'm doing here is I'm staging the still life. All I did was I took a table off of the back porch, threw a dark tablecloth over it, put the bouquet on top, and now I'm setting up my French easel to begin painting. We're going to be painting on this very old canvas here. This I've had for years. I even painted on it with acrylics at one point. That was years and years ago. I toned the canvas with burnt sienna oil paint, let that dry for a few weeks. You can still see the painting underneath showing through, but it had a lot of greens on it, so I'm not too worried about painting on this for what we got going today because there's already a lot of greens going on with the grass here. Yeah, that's what we're working on. Whoops. Obviously, we're going to want titanium white on our palette. I think we'll use some sky blue. I like this lemon yellow because it's very bright. Maybe I'll take some yellow ochre as well. So get those yellows up there. We got some brilliant red. I'll use that. I think we'll also use some burnt umber and also some burnt sienna. Throw in some ultramarine blue as well. Grab our brushes. And for our medium today, I have some linseed oil that I'm going to be using. Okay, let's get into the painting. Alright, I just want to let you guys in on the composition I have in my head here, just so that you get an idea for what I want to go for. I have specifically put this table in some shade so that I could have the background grass be darker, even though the sun is moving, and before long this background grass is going to be lit up. So I have to work quick, but you got the darker background grass and you have this very dark table it's on. I want to set it up so that the flowers can be highlighted and be the brightest thing in the painting. So value wise, the flowers are going to be the brightest, the mason jar is going to be bright as well, and then the background, including this table here, are going to be darker. Alright, let's get the sketch on. I'm going to use some linseed oil to help the flow of the paint. And I think we're going to use our little round brush here, synthetic bristles. And I'm going to grab some of that brilliant red. It doesn't really matter too much. Maybe I'll mix in a little bit of burnt sienna, so we'll just make a dark red here. I'll just use that for the sketch. And we're actually going to flip the canvas like this. So I think I want to have the table come down like this and have the flowers be right in the middle here. I guess we'll have the table come in like this. Okay, there's the round tabletop. Make sure that I get it right. So I'm going to look down here and just kind of put that image in my head onto the canvas. I like the movement of that fabric as it comes around like that. I might end up moving this up a little bit. I don't know, but I'm going to put the flowers on and just see what I have room for. I might even want to make everything just a little bit smaller so that I can fit more into it. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to shrink everything a little bit. Now, this sketch is not meant for you guys to follow along with exactly. I actually do end up redoing it. Just use it as a reference for you to get what you want for your painting. All right, now I want to start with that jar. The jar is going to be right here. I think what I'm going to do is make this jar here and the flowers a little bit bigger than they are. We're not trying to get exact. I'm not really sketching like you would think. I'm thinking about balance, I'm thinking about shapes, I'm thinking about the placement of where things are more than I'm thinking about getting it to look exactly like what I see. And unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to restart because I like this, but I want to have it a little bit further up. So we're going to just try it again. I think this time, just to make sure that I get it right, I'm going to outline the main areas that I want things to be. So the basic bouquet is going to be taking up this area here with room to branch out. Where we'll put the details in as we go. I think I was getting a little bit too specific. Just start out general and then put your shapes in where you want afterwards. Okay, so there is a flower over here in our bouquet, but I kind of want to omit it because I like the shape of what we got going on so far. So for now, I'm just going to leave it out and continue putting on the sketch here. I actually want to put this out further. This is the sketch I put on, but we're ready to start actually painting it. I'm going to be using this bigger brush here. This is a flathead brush. I'm going to start with the background, put that in first, and then work my way forward. I'm going to grab some of that yellow ochre and mix it with some of that sky blue. And also I'm going to add some of that burnt umber to it so we get a nice dark green. Let's put that on and see how it looks. Now, the color that I mixed for this background shadowy grass color has a lot of blue in it because shadows are generally cooler, so that blue will help convey that effect of that grass being in shadow. So I'm just going to finish putting the background in, and then we'll move on to this table. The light has changed so quick already that the background is now fully lit in sunlight. So I'm just going to have to speed this painting up as quick as I can. Actually, I might just take some of this yellow ochre and put a little bit of it right back here quick, just so that it looks like maybe there's a little bit more sunlight getting through back there. Maybe add a little bit of titanium white to it. Alright, I think that's good for now. let's put on the table now with that dark tablecloth. I'm just going to be looking back and forth as I put this on, but I'm going to mix ultramarine blue with burnt umber to get that dark color. I just find that ultramarine blue and burnt umber are a really good pair when it comes to making a very dark color without just using straight black. So we got a shadow right there coming up, shadow right here. Going to put in some of those highlights of the cloth. For those cloth highlights, you can use a neutral gray, and you can mix that by adding a bit of titanium white to that ultramarine blue and burnt umber cloth mixture that we already have mixed. Now I'm going to apply a little bit of texture to that boring green background by taking a lighter green, which is actually the same green color that we mixed for our grass, but it's just a little bit lighter because we added some titanium white to it, and we just apply that like so. Alright, let's put these flowers on now. I'm going to use some of that brilliant red for the tulips. I'm putting in some burnt umber into the brilliant red mixture for the darker parts of the red here. Helps add in those shadows and darker values for the tulips. Alright, now I'm going to begin to put the daffodils in. Alright, I got the flowers to a point where I'm happy with them for now. We still got a little bit more to do on them, but now I'm going to put in the jar. Which isn't going to be too difficult. I basically just want to make it the same color as the background, and then we're going to put some titanium white highlights over the top of that to show the water and the glass reflections, but you can see right through it. So we're just going to be seeing the table behind it. I think that's pretty good. I do want to make a difference though between the background table and the background grass, just because they're two very different values. So I'm going to add in some more grassy highlights for the back. Now we're going to take a gray and paint in the outline once more over the top of these darks, our mason jar. We're not going with white yet, we're just going with gray for now. That will come later. I'm going to add in a little bit of light green in there as well. I think actually I'm going to put the stems in now. Okay, at this point, I'm going to show you guys something that I did wrong in the painting that I couldn't help but notice as I was editing the video, and I just really wanted to change it and let you guys know what it was. If you look at the jar in the painting, the bottom of it, it forms a little circle. That is supposed to match the circle of the top of the table because the jar is flat at its base and it is sitting on top of a flat table. So they're going to have the same circular look. So I'm going to go ahead and make that change to the painting, and then we're going to call it done. All right, everybody, that is going to do it for this beginner still life painting. Hope you enjoyed it. I really like how it turned out. It turned out kind of like a farmhouse country style, which is cool. But yeah, if you liked the video, remember leave me a thumbs up, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, God bless y'all. We'll see you later.